This is KendallvilleTV, and we're at Floral Hall at the Fairgrounds with Jo Drudge, and she's directed Dracula the Twilight Years with the Gaslight Theater. Jo, tell us about the play.
Okay, Dracula the Twilight Years is written by Tim Kelly, who has written a lot of hysterical comedy shows, and so I picked that one mainly because I knew that we could do a fun show. It's only an hour long, and we do it in conjunction with Campoween that they have here at the Noble County Fairgrounds, and we've done it now. This is our 4th year. And so it's just something that we have continued to do throughout the years, which has really helped their program and ours too with Gaslight. Dracula is just a fun show. Our Dracula is really an old uncle who just likes to scare people, but he's kind of getting eccentric. And his nephew owns the castle now, and some kids that are on a European hiking trip come through, and they end up in this castle. So we have Dracula, we have a werewolf, so we have a lot of mixtures of some monsters.
Are there some favorite scenes you have that are tickle your...
Yeah, I think a few of the scenes, especially when Dracula comes on and he's so eccentric and everything, and he goes after one of the gypsies, and he also, there's a Frau Wienerschnitzel who claims that the castle is going to be turned into a pickle factory, and he attacks her and everything. So just those kind of things are really fun.
And who's your main characters?
Well, we have several. We have Matt Smith, who plays Bill the nephew. We have John Studebaker, who plays Dracula. And we have Rachel Gillespie is playing the one who heads the high schoolers that are on the hiking trip. So those are the 3 main ones.
Gaslight Playhouse is a community theater for Noble County. It was founded in 1975. One of the founding fathers of it is Craig Monk, who is still on the board today. We use various locations and sites to perform our shows. We like to have people from all over the community, all different ways of life and that, come and help us on stage, backstage. We have a website that you can locate that tells about more about our
about the group.
Yeah, about the group.
And what's the address?
The website's address is www.gaslightplayhouse, all one word, 75 the number .com. And you can also email us at gaslightplayhouse@msn.com, and we can get you more information there.
Okay. Are there things that your group has need from in the community?
We can always use bodies on the stage, behind the scenes, help to build the stage, help to read lines, help to do refreshments, various locations. There isn't just the people on the stage, it's all the people behind the scenes that help you too.
Are there things that you could use from the community?
Yes, we can always use for money. Money's always a good thing. We do have different levels of pledges that you can do to donations and that. So.
And you mentioned something about props.
Props to use on the stage. All the set pieces that you see in any performance and that has to come from somewhere. So we like to get donations and that because we don't have a lot of money to put into it.
This is John Studebaker, Dracula. John, tell us about yourself and about your part tonight.
Well, I'm playing Dracula again. I started at Gaslight 32 years ago, and I actually played Dracula about 30 years ago, and got a call from my daughters that were doing this show, and they needed an old guy to play Dracula again, so I had the teeth and the cape, so I was a natural choice. I tell you, Gaslight is great. Anybody that's interested in theater has an opportunity to do it here, and I played everything from Jesus and Godspell to Dracula. So if you like doing it, this is a good place to come.
Do you have certain scenes in this play that you especially like?
It's really, it's a lot of fun because Dracula's usually a very scary guy, and in this he's more of a batty character. So kind of loses his mind a little bit. He's really old and kind of senile, so yeah, it gets very strange.
Do you have any lines or things that you like to...
See, I must never leave this place. It is my ancestral home. Yeah, and I forget what the line is. I hope I remember it later.
That's pretty good. Anything else?
Come and play.
Okay.
Gaslight's a fun place to be.
Who are you?
I am Rachel Gillespie. I graduated from Indiana University in May, and I'm originally from Ligonier, and I played Joan in Dracula the Twilight Years. And Joan is the college student leading the group of high school students from East Noble, and they stumble upon Dracula's castle, and since she's sick and tired of camping out in the open, she tries to persuade the owner of the castle to stay, and chaos ensues.
Can you show us a favorite part that you have in the play?
I can't really show the favorite part, but I can sum it up. One of the students named Ryan has this big crush on Joan, and he constantly is asking her if she's worried or, don't you worry, Joan. And finally she tells him nicely at first, stop worrying about me, I can take care of myself. And then at one point she just explodes on him and says, do not worry about me, I'm fine.
Can you do that for us?
Okay. Yeah, let me channel my anger here.
Okay.
I am not worried!
Who are you?
My name is Matt Smith. I play Wilhelm Dracula in the play, but he likes to be called Bill. He's really just this normal, average guy who happens to be a descendant of Dracula. And he's trying to keep everything in order, trying to keep these students from not figuring out that Dracula is actually in their castle. And he's just going crazy, trying to keep everything in order.
Can you perform a short scene for us? One of your favorites, maybe?
My favorite stuff is the stuff with Dracula, and just the banter, and I guess my favorite line is when he goes, "Why do I have an old bat for an uncle?" And he takes it all in stride that his uncle is Dracula.
Who are you?
I'm Amber Mays. I'm playing Sybil. Sybil's basically a 200-year-old gypsy who Dracula feeds off of every time there's a full moon, so I get bit quite a lot. The hardest part for me for this play was learning my Romanian accent, but I got it down, so it's all good. My favorite line from the show is when I come in and I explain who I am and what Dracula does with me, and the line is, I come in whenever there is a full moon, and he bites me. It's been going on for over 200 years. A transfusion now and then, and I'm as good as new.
Wait, who are you?
My name is Annie Fleck. I play Frau Wiener Schnitzel. I am a German banker who is here to foreclose on Castle Dracula. One of my favorite parts of the play is when Count Dracula and I kind of have a interaction on stage, and he asks if I see his teeth in his cape and asks what that means, and I tell him that he's a horrible dresser and he ought to see a dentist.
Can you do that for us?
You're a terrible dresser and you ought to see a dentist.
Name.
My name is Sarek Palmer. I'm 16 years old and I go to East Noble High. So.
And who do you play?
I play the werewolf in Dracula the Twilight Years. By my fur and everything, you probably can tell that.
And what's one of your favorite scenes?
One of my favorite scenes is when I get to walk across the stage and then I suddenly realize that the audience is there, and I shush them so they don't disturb my mischief making that I do as the werewolf.
Can you show us how you do that?
Creep across the stage, kind of like this, and then I suddenly see them and and then I snarl off. I go, kind of like that.
Who are you?
I'm Josh Ogle.
I'm Kimmy Fowler.
And what's your character?
I'm Heather.
And I play Ryan.
Tell us about your characters and what you like about them.
Well, I'm Ryan, and I'm an old-fashioned, kind of I'm kind of brave, and I'm always the one to take charge and say, let's go, we can't stand around, and we gotta get going, we gotta get out of this castle.
I play Heather, and the entire time I'm trying to get Ryan to go out with me, but Ryan keeps trying to get with our guide, who's a college student. So through the entire play, I'm telling him how wonderful he is and how decisive he is, and he just keeps turning me down.
Do you want to show us an example of how you're doing that kind of scene?
Sure.
What?
You are so masterful, Ryan.
Joan, are you okay?
Will you worry about me for a change?
Play.
I am Danielle Fergel, and I play Lily, a high school student. I am the person that's worried about everyone, that asks a lot of questions and wants to know what's going on, because this place is kind of scary, and people start disappearing, and I'm kind of like this girl that just, wants to know where everybody's at.
Can you recreate a little short scene for us?
Yeah. Ryan, Heather, Joan, anybody here? And that's one of the scenes where I'm alone and no one's in the castle. It's up to me, and I can't find anyone.
Hi, my name is Lindsay Devers. I play Mindy in Dracula, and she is a girl who's always scared and thinks there's stuff going on, but no one else will believe her.
Do you have a favorite scene from the play?
Yeah, we find the bookcase and they find where you can open it, and then I get scared to go in there because it's so dark.
Can you recreate it for us?
It's so dark in there. And then I go through the bookcase.